Hello, Mrs. Schmaltz here. In this video, you're going to learn how to graph linear inequalities with two variables. So it's basically just like graphing lines that are written in the form y equals mx plus b. Having these in slope-intercept form is going to help you graph inequalities. Just to remember, the b is the number by itself. It's in the beginning. It's your beginning value. So it's your y-intercept. M is slope. It's how you move, okay? So B is where you're going to begin with the y-intercept. M is how you move. Here's the difference between lines and inequalities when you're graphing them. The line itself is going to be solid if the inequality is a less than or equal to or greater than or equal to inequality. It's going to be dashed if it cannot be equal to, so if it's strictly less than or greater than. And then you need to shade. So you're either going to shade above or below your line. You're going to shade above if it's a greater than or equal to inequality. You're going to shade below if it's a less than or equal to inequality. I'm going to go ahead and graph this inequality. First, I'm going to treat it just like a line. So my y-intercept is -1. My slope is 3. So I'm going to go up 3 over 1 from that point, up 3 over 1. Because it can be equal to, it gets a solid line. If it would have been strictly less than, it would have gotten a dashed line like this. And since it's less than or equal to, I look at the y-axis, and the part of the y-axis that is below the line is down here. You can always check by plugging in a point. So for instance, I always like to use the origin, and the point 0, 0 should not work for this inequality. I'm going to plug in 0 for y. We'll see if that is less than or equal to 3 times x, which is 0, minus 1. That gives me 0 is less than or equal to -1, which is not true. 0, 0 was not in the shaded area, so we did not want it to work. You could always try a point over here, like the point 2, 0, should work. So x is 2, so I have 3 times 2 minus 1. Y is 0. Is it true that 0 is less than or equal to 6 minus 1, which is 5? It is true. So this equation, or I'm sorry, inequality, is shaded in the proper area. And here are two inequalities to graph on your own.